I'm John from mysolarhome.us. Thanks for watching. I'd love if you could subscribe to my channel. Click on that link on the right at the bottom. This video is going to be about the cost of solar panels. I've been in the solar industry for 10 years now. And the first question everybody asks me is, how much do solar panels cost? So I'm going to give you a short answer to that. And for the folks who are impatient, I'll start out with the costs. So I'm talking mostly about residential solar systems. These are panels you put in your roof or sometimes on the ground too. And also systems which businesses can be using. So residential solar systems, the pricing is expressed in something known as a price per watt. And I'll explain that later in the video, but for those of you who are in a hurry, residential systems generally stretch from a price per watt of $2.20 to $3.50. There are a lot of elements which go into this pricing, and I'll get into them in a little bit. But that is a number which is important to understand. If we're going to be talking about the cost of solar panels, the first thing we need to know is what is this price per watt. Now, anybody who's buying solar panels, they know that the panels, they come in sizes which are like in watts. You know, it's a 300 watt panel, it's a Solaria 400 watt panel, or a Q-Cell 330 watt panel, or an LG 350 watt panel. So that's the panel size in watts. And you end up buying, maybe for your home, you need 20 panels or you need 30 panels. So let's say you're getting 20 panels for your home and each of them is an LG 350 watt panel. So the first thing we do is we find out how many watts are you actually installing on your roof. So that's if you're installing 20 panels, so that's 20 panels into, each panel is 350 watts each. So 20 into 350, that's 7,000 watts in total spread across 20 panels on your roof. Now, if that vendor who's selling you the panels, whether it could be a Tesla, it could be a local supplier like in Paragon, they could be quoting a price per watt of, let's say, $3 a watt. So the price of your system would be 20 panels into 350 watts into $3 a watt. That's 20 into 350, 7,000 into $3. $21,000 is the cost of your solar system. So that's how the price per watt works. Now, this is an easy way to compare prices across different companies. So if you go and you get quotes from 3 different companies, this is the number you should definitely ask for. And this is to do with systems which you're planning to buy. Whether you take a loan or you do it by cash, but you're purchasing the system, paying upfront. So the price per watt is important. Now, let's go into what goes into this price per watt. A lot of people, they do research on the internet and they say, hey, these LG 350 watt panels are available for, 20 panels are available for $7,000 bucks. How the hell are these guys charging me, $21,000, $22,000 for these? So there's a lot of other costs which, if you're not in the industry, it's difficult to know. Panels are just 30% of the cost of your system. Another 15% are something known as inverters. You probably have heard of them too. The panels do DC current, right? The sun falls on them, they generate DC current, they need to be converted into AC. So you have inverters which do that work. So that's another piece of electronic hardware which is expensive. That's about another 15% or so. On top of that, you have a lot of electrical wiring. There's a racking system. Then all home solar systems, they are eventually connected to the grid. Whoever's your power company, whether California, PNG in California, PSCNG in New Jersey, you have to connect your panels to the electrical grid. To do that, you need to get something known as an interconnection from the power company. You also have to get permits from your township. So the cost for these interconnections, the permits, the racking, the wiring, this all together, sometimes the solar companies call them BOS, balance of system, but that adds up to another 12.5%. Now, the guys who work on your solar system, the actual workers, these are usually OSHA trained. They're very skilled individuals. These are not, regular run-of-the-mill workers who work on roofs or something. They've gone through some number of years of training, so they're expensive. So the labor cost of installing a solar system, that adds another 12.5% to your costs. Marketing costs are another big thing. To get to actually talk to you. For example, people make videos like I'm doing right now, or they're putting out ads. It adds a lot of costs. They've got salespeople, salaries for them. So that's about another 15%. And that leaves you the last 15%, which is the profit that the solar vendor makes. So when somebody's charging you 20,000 or 25,000, he's making round about 10 to 15% of that is his net profit. Always makes sense to negotiate with the solar company. Hey, can you give me a price break? But don't expect a price break of more than 4 or 5%. If it's a company which is, most companies today, it's a very competitive environment. They give you their best prices when they quote to you, and they have a little leeway to maybe give you a break, but not much. Doesn't pay to ask for a discount, but don't expect to have huge numbers. So it's important to understand that even when the panels cost just 7,000 or 8,000, when you look them up in the market, the actual cost of the total system, it ends up at being 21,000 because of all these additional costs which you really don't see. Material costs are more or less the same all around the country. Labor costs are different in California, different states, more regulations, etc. So that's where you have that, in a state like Jersey, you could potentially get a solar system installed for 230 or 240 a watt. Prices do go up to $290, $3 a watt in Jersey too, and that's because some of the panel manufacturers, they charge a premium. So if you go buy a Sunpower system, they say we're the best system in the world, our panels are the most efficient. They charge a 50-cent premium, or it's a big premium they charge for their brand. In my opinion, that's not being just. They're charging you way too much. The difference in equipment and the difference in prices, 15 to 20% is the maximum that you should be paying for, something which you think is an outstanding brand. In my opinion, the top panels in the market today, anything over 19% efficient, that's a commodity. All of them are really good. Just make sure that the panels you're getting is from a brand which has been in business for 30, 40 years. They have large production, doesn't matter where the panels are made, they're 19% efficient. All these are rated by labs in the US. So if a panel says it's UL rated or C rated and it's 19.5% efficient or more, you can buy it with your eyes closed. The other thing you should do is just go for microinverters. I have other videos where I talk about this, but microinverters are, in my opinion, the best thing going in the market. They improve panel performance, enormously. So microinverters and a top brand name, or a top panel with high efficiency, you're good to go. Look for prices. Like I said, the lowest that you can do today in 2020 is maybe $2.20, anywhere up to $3.10, $3.20, depending on the size of your system. Now, if you're doing a commercial solar system, when I say commercial solar system, these are systems which are, hundreds of panels. They can be either on a roof, they might be on a carport. Now, these, because of the size of the system, their pricing could be lower. They start at, maybe 190 a watt and going up to 220 a watt. But in commercial, there are a lot more options. You have smaller term leases, 9 to 10 year leases. You get a lot more tax benefits in commercial. A normal solar system gives you a 26% tax break or a federal ITC credit as of today, 2020. It's reducing to 22% next year. But for a commercial system, they have additional savings because of depreciation. The tax savings can extend up to 50%. That's right, half the cost of solar for commercial, you can recover it back. That makes the payback period, you get your money back far quicker for commercial systems. So that's in a nutshell how solar pricing and how solar panels are priced. So go forth, get your next solar system. Home solar systems are in the range of, like I said, $220 to $3, and their sizes, they go from 8 to 10 panels, anywhere to 50 panels. So prices could go from 15,000 to 50,000. Now, some people are looking for off-grid solar panels, and those are the kinds which are available on Amazon. I have a different video that I'm going to put out on those kind of systems which are not grid connected. Those are much cheaper. You can get something for $3,000 or $4,000. You can do it yourself. For the systems we talked about here, residential solar, it's not a good idea to do them yourself. Very complicated. Plus, there's a whole number of hoops you have to go through in terms of getting approvals from your state, getting approvals from the utility company, getting approvals from your township, making engineering drawings, having architects stamp them. There is a lot of complexity, not an easy thing to do yourself. Stick with your local installers, go to a platform like Energy Sage, get a lot of quotes. I can help you. I'm John at mysolarhome.us. I help people buy solar systems, commercial as well as residential. And thank you again very much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Do subscribe, share, let people know about this. Thank you. Have a good one.